All right. So we're going to come back here. So VPs, if you haven't given away stars, please do so before or after the meeting for any outstanding people in your committees. The next order of business is the approval of the minutes. So do I have a second? All those in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? Motion passes. So some presidential reports. Over the break, I met with Dean Engelke of the graduate school, and I actually walked with him through the student lounge. He was kind of disgusted by the space in general, the uncleanliness of the space. That space did not at that point have a cleaning service. So Dean Engelke reached out and got the cleaning service to come through on a regular basis. And I think he also committed to revamping the space and helping students revamp the space in some capacity. What that means remains to be seen, but I'm very excited with that, and I think we can draw some momentum for that. So I ran originally on infrastructure, and one of my plans this year is to really focus on the student infrastructure. So getting that space to a point where students actually want to go and utilize it is a task I'm taking on for this semester. One of the things I'm going to encourage all the committees to do is to hold events in that space, if it makes sense, to really increase the utilization rate of the space. We're going to look into things, proposals such as adding different couches in there, possibly redesigning the space itself, getting an architect and actually redesigning the interior of the space so it's more amendable to other student functions. And then that's really what I wanted to bring forward to you guys as kind of like a step we've taken. Another step that's progressing right now is the Council of Councils. And so we're going to be reaching out to, we've already sent out a meeting to all the presidents of each student council. We're waiting to hear back from a few, but we're going to have a meeting this month, and then we'll see how often we want to meet then from then on. But that meeting will really be to kind of interact between councils as well, so that councils interact with each other and don't hear it kind of on a fourth or fifth relay from somebody. So it's a little bit more feed forward. And also, we're going to make sure that you guys are presenting at your council meetings, because we want your student councils to be informed of the happenings of Senate. So please, if you aren't already, please start speaking at your student council meetings, telling them what's going on in Senate, and then also bringing back some of your feedback from your councils back to Senate so we can talk about it as a whole. So that's my report. I'm going to turn it over to Michael and Jason. Anything from the treasurer's report?
Nothing from the treasurer's report. Look forward to the Excellence Awards. We're going to be starting that finance committee here. I got emails and dispersing various programs, and we'd like to get a ball rolling on that. So, volunteering.
Great, thank you. So moving on to some unfinished business, we're going to draft a template either this week or next week for some proposals for different things we want on campus. Again, last meeting we talked about things like sunscreen dispensers, more lighting in certain areas, toilet seat covers, I think were one of them. So we will draft a proposal, like a template proposal, and get that out to the senators as a whole. And if you want to make a proposal for one of these things, we would ask you fill out the template and then send it to Will, and from there we'll bring them up at a formal Senate meeting. So that's all the unfinished business I have to talk about. Does anybody have any?
Are there any ways that you all are reaching out to your schools to ask what they might do too? Where those proposals arising from?
Yeah, last semester they spent more time reaching out to their schools through email.
So those are kind of the top ranked things.
Exactly. On what we got back from the kids.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah.
Is that template that you emailed out to us?
Yeah, I will email. We'll email out the template to everybody, and we'll also put it on the drive, but we'll email it as well, so it's out there. All right. Any other new business? Anything? All right. Well, OCSS. Any announcements?
We have a new business manager who started last semester, Patrick Bryant, and then we'll be working with him. And he's working with finance and with Heather and Cody to process all of your needs. We also are interviewing for a manager of student engagement. So that position will oversee all student boards on campus, including Senate. That'll be part of their portfolio, as well as community standards and conduct across campus. So there's first round interviews this week, and then the following week on the 22nd, we'll have in-person interviews for finalists. And I've asked Cody to work with the VPs to identify some of the student senate to be a part of those interviews, and we'd love your guys' feedback.
Great.
Diversity does have an event coming up on Friday, the first Friday in February. It will be Chinese New Year, and I'll remind you guys again next meeting. Just want to go ahead and put that on your radar, and there will be flyers coming out.
So that's Chinese New Year on the first Friday of February.
On the bridge.
On the bridge.
And it has been scheduled.
Philanthropy.
We also have some events coming up. We have our Kids for Kids coming up. We are just figuring out where the bins to place them and then build our flyers so we can put those like next to the bins from around campus for that. The dates for that start on next Monday. We'll probably have the bins out by Tuesday since everyone's probably not going to be here on Monday. Okay. And then it goes all the way until February 16th. There's a really neat video that one of my members was telling me about that we can also send out to the classes and send on Facebook posts that would be really encouraging, really teach a lot of people about what Kids for Kids really is. So
Kids for Kids will be the Tuesday, that's January 16th through February 16th. Awesome. And then you said you needed some bins as well?
Yep, so we're talking about that.
Awesome, sounds good. Any other events from any other committees? Student Life, you want to talk about some of the
Yeah, we're thinking of maybe like a ping-pong tournament to kind of utilize the space that Cody was talking about. We were kind of debating on when to do it. We were like, well, Friday night we go early and say school. We're like maybe doing like a lunchtime thing, and doing it multiple days a week at lunch. Doing an online tournament. I'll kind of toss around and also doing a volleyball.
Great.
And potentially a Super Bowl party across the road.
Cedar Creek. Yeah. All right. Perfect. Well, thank you, Student Life. And then anybody else? No. All right. Well, any other new business? Any comments, concerns, questions? All right. Seeing none, do I have a motion to adjourn?
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? Meeting is adjourned. Someone's got to abstain.